to make a shopping list. The kids are going to want snacks.
Don't feed them, kitty. That's how it started the first time.
Welcome into Box Office Quarterbacks. Today we're talking about That 90's Show, the sequel to That 70's Show. And this time it's not going to be a friendly debate, I don't think, Ahmed. We have a big difference of opinion on whether this show lives up to the original, gets close, or is just flat out bad. So I want to get straight to you because you were the first one to watch the first 3 episodes of this show, and you had text us all your thoughts as you were watching it.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this. I watched 3.5 episodes, and I immediately texted you all that I was 3 minutes into the first episode, and I couldn't finish the rest of it. Then there was 8 minutes left in the episode. I said, I don't want to finish this. And the cameos didn't even make it worth it. That's the worst thing I can say. And Jeff, do you know the movie The Room? Written and directed and edited
it is
and
not as bad as
starring?
The Room.
Oh, no. I watched The Room 3 times from beginning to end. I couldn't get past 3 minutes and then the last 8 minutes of the first episode of this show.
Oh my God. See, I thought the first 3 episodes and the first 3 minutes of episode 1 were very charming because you get reintroduced to Kitty and Red. You see Eric and Donna, who are married now. You're introduced to Leia, and I really dug it. I really thought that they did a good mix of nostalgia and like some familiar jokes in that first episode to really get you on board. Like I liked when Eric tells Leia that he's going to put his foot in her ass, and then Red is like, oh, it's like watching you hit your first home run, even though you never hit a home run. And I thought that was hilarious. And I do agree with you in some senses of what we talked about kind of off camera, but I don't think it's as strong as That 70's Show. I think a few of the kids are very forgettable, but Jay Kelso and Leia Foreman, I think, are great additions to this world that was created with That 70's Show.
For sure. I mean, I think the actor who plays Jay Kelso, the son of Michael Kelso, I'm trying to look for his name. Well, Mace Coronel. He does a pretty good job. And Kaylee Haverda, who plays Leia, she's got a long way to go. I think she still has, to build up a little bit of her acting because she indicates a little too much. It's not her fault. It's probably her acting debut. I'm ignorant for not looking at it before. But, to answer your question earlier about it living up to the height of the sequel, no, but it's also not a sequel. That 80's Show came out in like the late 90s or early 2000s. Do you remember that show, Jeffrey?
I never watched it. I knew it existed, and I remember.
Neither
did they cancel it after like one episode? 1 or 2?
Pretty much. Nobody liked it. Everyone panned it. And you would think that they would have learned their lesson the first time, but they didn't. And it sucks. The cameos were worth it, though. Seeing Red and Eric, and then, of course, Fez in the later episodes. It was awesome to see them, but only them. If they would have made a sequel and it was just focused on the adults, that would have been probably more churnable, I guess, more easy to digest. But they want to give a new generation of actors a chance, and I'm totally there for it. But it just didn't work. And with the problem with all these sequels and reboots is they keep falling into the same trap. They're depending on this nostalgia factor, but if it hasn't worked in the last few times, why the hell would it work this time? Especially if you're not going to focus more. You're just going to give them just these little cameos.
Well, I actually thought the original cast showed up a lot more than I expected them to. Like when Fez shows up, Fez plays like a big part in episode 3. And Fez is hilarious. I love his role in this show. It's so funny where he becomes this successful hairdresser who opens up all these salons, and just him interacting with Kitty is just one of the best moments of this new iteration. But where it falls short with me is just some of the other kids in this cast, and I'm going to pull up their names right now. Like I think Leia is great, Jay is great. I like Ozzy a lot. I think he's hilarious. But it's Nikki and Nate and Gwen, who I'm not really fans of them at
They're
this
all
moment
terrible.
in time.
They're all terrible, Jeff. God.
But Nate and Nikki are just there to be the new Kelso and Jackie.
Oh God, what's up with the freaking chemistry, the bromance, and I caution myself on using the word bromance just because there's a whole episode where for a good 3 to 5 seconds they just say bro to each other. Bro. Great dialogue, Netflix. Great job.
Hey. I mean that stuff is forced.
Thank you.
Remember in that 70s show though, did they have like nonstop 70s references in there? Because here, like if you didn't tell me it was set in the 90s, I probably wouldn't have known. Well, it could have been set in the 70s again, but I mean, you have like a video store in there, and there's like Jurassic Park VHSs in the background, and then Kitty and Red get a computer at one point in a later episode that you haven't seen. But I don't know. It seems like the time period is kind of irrelevant in this one.
Yeah, I mean, in episode 4, where they're talking about going to a rave, that was a big thing. Ecstasy, of course, was a big thing in the 90s. But like, it all just seems so forced. And like I said, the only great interaction was with the adults, which is sad because. So ultimately, it doesn't even seem like it's fair to compare it to that 70s show because it just seems like a Nickelodeon show that just so happens to have those characters. And don't disagree with me.
I am disagreeing because
Ahmed, you know what you're talking about.
Ahmed, you didn't watch Girl Meets World, which was a Disney Channel show.
Oh God, I didn't want to watch Girl Meets World.
This is 1,000% better than that show. Girl Meets World was on Disney Channel. They could not get away with any type of like raunchy jokes or any kind of innuendo that they got away with in the original. They really made that a Nickelodeon-esque show. This is different. You get the raunchy jokes in here, and you get a whole lot of other stuff, like them going to a rave and popping ecstasy is something that would not fly. And I don't think this is a terrible reboot. I don't think it's as good as How I Met Your Father. I think that's probably the superior show. But
wait. You watch How I Met Your Father?
How I Met Your Father is a good show, Ahmed.
Oh my God. Jeff, I cannot
Eric
do this with you.
too.
Damn it, Jack. What? All of you betrayed me. I'm fed up with this world.
Ahmed,
the room
give it a chance. Nostalgia is the nostalgia factor is a big thing these days.
This is meant for another episode, but How I Met Your Mother broke my heart. But that's besides the point. Nostalgia. Take it from someone who is a historian and stole a master's degree from the UTSA. All right?
Humble brag.
Humble brag. As a historian, don't live in the past. Okay?
Hey,
we need to move on.
Do you see everything behind me? This is a nostalgia-filled room of crap from my childhood and Funko Pops that represent shit. This is what I'm living on right now. I got a Back to the Future hoverboard back there too. So
you don't.
I do. It's right back there. But Ahmed, the show is not that bad. I say watch a few more episodes, and I think it'll grow on you.
You can't make me, okay?
Hey,
God
so
damn
can
it.
I tell you what you missed, which you probably saw coming?
Yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Kelso.
What happens?
Kelso and Leia
together.
Kelso and Leia have a romance.
They
I think
do
it's
it
very cute. I think it's a very cute romance. I think their chemistry is pretty damn good. I like this show. I think 10 episodes for a first season was too short. I don't trust Netflix to continue anything, so I think maybe it gets another season and then that's it. But I say it's worth it just to see Kitty and Red doing their thing again. Like they look great. They haven't aged at all. It's really sweet to see them together and really sweet to see them interacting with some of these kids. So,
You know who else we forgot, Jeff, though? All
who's that?
bullshit aside, we forgot about Tommy Chong.
And that was pretty damn heartwarming, I
Yeah,
would
to
say.
see Leo, that was freaking great. Um, you know, there is obviously one person missing from the show for good reason, but again, that also kind of brings me back to the point: was it worth making it? And yes, to see Red and Kitty again, Deborah Jo Rupp and Kurtwood Smith, to see the both of them, it's awesome. I'm happy for them, but it just sucks that like this is the kind of show that's not going to win an award. I'm surprised Cobra Kai
Cobra
was
Kai.
Nominated. You know what I mean, Jeff?
See,
We
Ahmed,
agreed
me
we
and
loved
Ahmed
Cobra
loved,
Kai.
I forgot about Cobra Kai in this whole
We-
argument, but that show, which I love, and I am sad that it is ending after 6 seasons, is not that great. It is
It's not.
very
It's
cheesy.
entertaining. It's entertaining to watch. Like I will watch another episode, no problem. Is it cheesy? Is it corny? Yeah. It, at the I remember getting into an argument with somebody a lot older than me who, grew up in the 80s and still like thinks that millennials are ruining the world. He's like, every millennial should watch Cobra Kai. I'm like, why? So we can watch two older people that can't let the past go, deal with their shit and pass it on to their kids.
Yeah, that is it. That's what that show is. This, though, I do like that they move the adult characters forward in this, where Eric and Donna live in Chicago, and Eric is a professor, and Donna is an author, and Eric teaches Star Wars studies. I think that's just fucking hilarious.
I would have loved to hear more about that. Like and especially the whole Fez and Jackie not working out. Don't just leave off that. And yeah, I know they explained it briefly, but does that mean Kelso and Fez are no longer best friends, or are they still just as close?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions that I think may be answered if we watch the rest of the episodes, but this will bring us to our ranking of it. Ahmed, I don't think you're going to rank it as high as me. I'm going to give it a nice solid starter
Ooh,
because I think it is worth it for
no.
fans of that 70s show.
Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary individuals listening to this episode, I cut that show. I cut it. That is my ranking.
Wow. This might be the first thing you cut.
Yeah, it has. I'm really generous when it comes to my rankings, but I just can't with that 90s show. When I watched it, I was in an inebriated state. When you're inebriated, you tend to enjoy things a lot more. At least that's how I am. I'm very like, this friendly face is for a reason. I couldn't deal. I just was like, this is insane. And when you told me you liked it, I honestly had to question our friendship.
It was a very dark day in the group chat. Let's just say that.
I was this close to just say, and you know what? I might have to just say it to you. Good day.
What, Ahmed? What'd you say?
I said good day.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This show is tearing our friendship apart. But please,
damn you, Netflix, Bonnie and Turner.
Look what you did.
I hope you're happy.
It's okay. We'll be fine. We'll talk about something a little more award friendly and critically acclaimed soon, I'm sure.
Very soon.
Yes. Anything you want to add on this episode before we get out of here?
If it I'm pretty sure some people would like it. It wasn't for me. As somebody who was just like invested in that '70s show and the characters, each character seemed to have their own story, their own way of developing. You know, it was funny, it was thought provoking, and I just don't see that with that '90s show. Just everything just seems forced. But don't just take my word for it. Watch it, enjoy it for yourself. Or if you don't enjoy it, don't say I didn't warn you.
That's his endorsement of this. I say watch it. I say watch it, see what you think, keep an open mind. But uh, this has been Box Office Quarterbacks. That's Ahmed. I'm Jeff. We'll be back. We haven't planned anything out yet, but we will be back with something next week. Follow us on social media, like and subscribe on YouTube. Hope you guys have a good week.